I just finished this round of this doily, and I'm ready to move on to the next rows. So there was only four of these small rows, and then I'm gonna make another one of this around it, but I need to actually grab my book. So I've got to wind my shuttles. So I'm going to use this pattern. I'm going to look at this pattern. So, following this row. Let's get these shuttles rolling first. This is my least favorite part. Actually, I say that about everything, but I hate winding my shuttles. I feel like it takes forever, and it's never comfortable. And I'm too lazy to roll it, so it gets really twisty. There's a technique that you can do that like eliminates the twist, and twist in tatting is like really bad. It will prevent you from shutting your rings. Because if the thread is twisted, what the hell was that? So yep, I'm gonna get twisting these bobbins. Some rows you just know that you're not going to use all the thread. I don't want to wind too much and waste a whole bunch, but there's hella rings, hella elements to make, so on just one shuttle. I finally finished these 4 rounds. I like this style. Like these 4 rounds I liked. They were easy. They were super quick too, man. I'm going to be sad on these next coming rounds because I just had 4 easy rounds. They went by so quick. I'm going to start off from the beginning from you guys. I didn't even prepare. I just pushed play. I haven't posted in a second. I've just been so busy with work. I just got off of work about an hour ago. I just wanted to tat and finish up this last round. I had one thing left to do before I finished it. So right now I guess I'm at round 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'm going into round 9. Probably won't need this much thread, but I need to pull off just enough thread for my other one too. So what I do is wind this one up. Hello, everybody. I'm gonna wind this up, See, if I have to do this behind the scenes all the time, you guys can watch me do it once. This is what goes into it. Sometimes it makes the weirdest sound whenever I'm like winding up the thread. It sounds like it screams. Once it goes between my fingers, it's like, eh. After I wind about this, no, I'll do more. I'm gonna do more. I don't want to run out. Hi, Sandy. Thank you, Sandra. My aunt's name is Sandra. She's very small and Asian. And she lives near me. I don't know what other shuttle to use, so I'll just use this one. I've been using these two because I've wound them down the less. Like, I've wore them down less. They're fresh. So, I'll wind this one up too. I put this, like, in between my legs, so if you're wondering where the thread's coming from, I guess that's your answer. Just because it, like, I can just shove it there and hold on to it. And it tensions it, funnily enough. It tensions it. I always like to spin over the tail. To work out. I had the weirdest day at work. Like today and yesterday were just the weirdest days. The vibe was just completely off. Like I walked in there, and so yesterday it was a horrendous day because a biohazard person had to come out and clean up throw up because somebody threw up in the Starbucks. So that was very interesting, and they had to shut down half of the store. So just half of it. So I had to lock one door. I had to put the lobby chairs up on one side, but the other side was fine. I'm like, first of all, it smells like throw up in here. So it's like shut the whole lobby down. But people were still like, I swear, it's like whenever something like that's happening in your workplace, that's when everybody wants to be there. Everybody's there. They want this. There's now a line. It's like somebody just vomited right there. Why do you want this right now? We're not even allowed to wear like any fragrances at Starbucks. It's against dress code because it messes with the coffee aromas. And I'll tell you what, that damn vomit was messing with the aromas, I'll tell you that. So I'm wondering, because it's just a whole bunch of girls that worked in the morning. And so they were like, I'm not touching that. I'm not touching that. I'm thinking like, it's not even that bad. Like, I feel like the mom went to clean it up just a little bit. And it was not that bad. So they called out biohazard service, and I'm thinking like this guy's gonna come in like a hazmat suit. I let my shuttles twist out though; they're a bit twisty after winding. I'm thinking somebody's gonna come out in a hazmat suit. It's this damn random ass guy, and he's wearing like a Jimmy John's shirt and gloves that don't even go past his like fucking here. I was like, you're here to clean up the, like, you're the biohazard? He's like, yeah. Did not even have nothing on. Let's see. So now I got to join onto this row. This is, I usually make a couple mistakes joining onto a row. So before I even just jump into this, let me look at the pattern. And this is the maze that I'm looking at of the pattern. Okay, where do I even start? So I'm going to start right before the corner. So it's 1. Okay, so it's 1, 1, 1, 1. So 1 joined, 1 not joined. And how many are there? It's 4s. Okay, so 4, 2. I'm gonna join this one. Starting a new row is always the crazy part. I'm gonna start right here because why not? I'm adventurous. I'm quite adventuresome. Boom, first ring done. Why the hell is it so big though? Okay, that shit's hella big. Thank you, Eve. I tried to be. Now the chains. Let's see the chains. 3, 3. Okay, chains are 3, 3. Fuck. I hate when it does that. Two. 3. Am I a gay dude? I'm actually not. 2, 3. I've got to get adjusted to this pattern, this row. Regular size picot. So what I do, if you'll see, after I make this ring, so Texas Mike, this I did learn from a female, and it kind of just goes like, I've always been into crafts, like I've always crafted stuff, and like my aunts had to stop really using their hands a lot because they were getting older, and so then I started to become a crafter, and I just been crafting. It's my mom taught me when I was 8 years old how to crochet. Thank you. Okay, 3-3. I don't do woodworking. I don't do woodworking because I've never had any. What I've really been interested in, things that I've been like, I would have loved to do woodworking. I also want to weld. My grandfather welds, but he's just not done it for like my whole entire life because he's gotten quite old. But everybody says he's the best welder, and he like has the perfect, like, he welds perfectly. But he did that for work for a long time. He would weld like his own creations at home. He would make stuff out of horseshoes and all that stuff. And yet, even when he was young, he did this. This is less common in America. Yeah, tatting is a dying art here, but like in China, so I'm Japanese, so this is why I've known about tatting for a while. It's definitely more common in Japan and China, especially now. How I get a lot of tatting content is get a lot of tatting content from China. So yeah, like I get my aunt. It's been known. I've always known about it. So I was shocked when like I just never met anybody who did. I was very blessed to be able to have all of them for so long, and them to be able to pass down memories. Like my great grandmother Noriko, she died like in 2021. She was like 95, 96, and she was in the Japanese internment camps in the United States. So she says they learned a lot of crap from other people. A lot of other skills and crafts and recipes. Yeah, I just don't want people to forget about tatting. I mean, don't forget about tatting. Just want to bring attention to it. because you can really make some cool shit. I mean, this girl in China, of course, Chinese people are just like the best at everything, but they're the best at everything. Like they're just like when they get involved, they're super dedicated. So like tatting is like a really big thing over there. And I want this one lady's making a snake, a big tatting snake, and it like literally looks like a real snake, and it has pearls for the eyes. It's just crazy to me what you can actually do with it. Yeah, so to answer your question, you can make a lot of other things other than doilies. I've seen like R2D2s. People make R2D2s. People make like shirts. It's like I'm not doing that, but or like waistcoats. One's a waistcoat. Hi, Loopy Lori. So I think I'm turning the corner here. Gotta pay attention. Yeah, am I turning the corner? The last... Yep, so right here I'm gonna turn the corner and start going this direction. I join to these little nodes I've left in spacing from the previous row. Sometimes I make them too tight, but the tighter the better. Damn, this one a little too tight. And I get scared to really poke my hook through there because I've stabbed my finger really bad. And I bleed, and I'll bleed all over it. It's just how you know blood, sweat, and tears went into this. I'm sweating right now because it's so damn hot in California. It's actually not even that hot right now, but I'm still sweating. Oops. It's just so satisfying to just slip the ring between your finger and tighten it. And just like that. Working on this row right here. Debbie, do you have a group of tatters that you hang out with? No, in fact, I've actually never seen anybody in person tat other than me. I've never talked to somebody, not on the internet, like just in person, and they knew what tatting was. I've literally never seen Tatting Lace other than the one I've made and what my ancestors have made. That's it. I've only seen pictures. The first time I saw tatting that was not mine not mine or my like family's, was at the state fair. And my family stopped tatting a while ago. So no, like let me read this first. So it sucks. I wish there were more people around me, but I may have seen one tatted lace thing at the antique store once. But a tatted doily, literally probably not seen it. Only the ones that I've made, so I really only have my stuff to go off of. But I want to change that, so that's why I want to post online about it. Can't be the only one to do this. What do I do? Yep. My lace guild, the closest lace guild to me, the last post they've ever even, like, the last activity they've ever even had, and it was, like, not that much, was in 2012. But, like, would I even go to that? Probably not, honestly. Your mom in Australia gave you a lot of tatted doilies from ancestors, and I'm so glad you showed her my videos, because, like, I really love to, like, you know, share with the older generations, like, oh no, it's not always lost, because they don't really watch YouTube shorts, you know. So I'm glad. Sometimes people go, oh, my grandma would love this. I'm like, show her, like, show her. I want to hear what she thinks, you know. I think that shit way too big. Okay. But and also Australia holds a special place in my heart, because one of my best friends lives there. Eloise. Her name's Eloise. Her mom's name is Allison. And they live in Perth. That's what they say. They're like, hi, Chris. Oh my gosh, Chris, we missed you so much. Honestly, I have not thought of doing that, because, like, I have a demanding full-time job. Like, this is just a hobby for me. And there would be, I assure you, like, in this area, it would not, it would not do well in this area. And maybe for, like, a day thing, but it's because I've heard them talk so much. I've heard my Australian friends talk so much that it's ingrained in my head. There was, like, she was, like, the mom was into numerology. And she's like, numerology, yeah. Yeah, numerology. Can I read your numbers? What came first, the chicken or the egg? That is the question. She just had a very, like, way of, like, they didn't sound like normal Australians, though. From my like, understanding, did not sound like normal. They sounded more like British to me, but... So how did I get into this craft? Well, number one, like, my mom taught me how to do the chain stitch, in crochet, like, when I was super young, and then, so I've always just crocheted, and I've knit, and I've, tatted, but recently for past, I learned how to tat when I was, like, a 6th grader, but then but I didn't know what to do with it. And then I discovered what you could do with it, and I've tatted ever since, just basically. Somebody keeps retracting their message, so I don't know what you're trying to ask, but mismanagement. Yeah, crochet hook is only used because I could call it a tatting hook. I mean, it's just a hook that I use to grab the thread with. It's completely optional. I don't even have to use a hook. The history of tatting, some of the history of tatting comes from men making fishnets, tying fishnets. Because if you think about it, there's something called netting, but there was a special type of net making that the stitches, because it's knots. So tatting is made of knots, so it's think to have been derived from men making fishing nets. But I have to use a crochet hook. It's the best tool for it. I guess a sewing needle would work too, but in order to like pull thread through the loops, it's the easiest. It's like addicting. I don't know. There's something about the tatting stitches that I just like, I really like. Because like crochet, I like things with, like, lace has like holes in it. The holes really define what the lace looks like. So, you know, but like in crochet, the stitches just have natural gaps between them that I don't really like as much. Again, I've crocheted forever. Since I was like super young. But it was women that took to it. I think women are just the most popular. Again, everything really started off with like I feel like it was, I need to look up more of the history, but somehow women got a hold of it and they went crazy with it, and that's how it is what it is now. So it's interesting because this is a very modern, in the grand scheme of things, even though this pattern, I don't even know how old, this is a very modern tatting, because tatting used to not have two shuttles. It used to just be one, and that does not allow you to make these chains, is what they're called. So these are rings and chains. Rings and chains. The circles are the rings, these are the chains. Without having another shuttle or connecting it to the ball, you can't make chains. So old tatting did not contain any chains at all. So then when chains were like discovered, or that was a technique that was being used, that's when tatting really exploded and turned into something completely different. Because the limitations you have with just one shuttle is crazy, but having two shuttles like this, your possibilities are endless. I always use two shuttles because I don't like to tension it from the ball. And it holds the, if I have to replace this anyway, like, you know, it's the same thing, so. It's like, I don't like to have the ball. And also, sometimes you need two shuttles. You can't always go just from just the ball, especially in the method that I do. So, I'll show you, actually. So, I make my chains unflipped. Whenever the piece starts to get big, doing chains, you have to flip it back and forth. So, this, I would have to flip it upside down, like this, and make stitches, make chains like this. So, this could be connected to a ball, but I don't like to do that. I like to do this. I like to hold it this way, put my core thread over my finger. And instead of flipping my stitch, I'm just literally like making upside down unflipped stitches. Just like that. So I didn't have to flip my work, and it looks the same on the front side and the back side, because do you see the back side does look a little bit different? there is a front and back to tatting, so I want to keep all the front on the front, all the back on the back. Oh, there's a lot of patterns with one shuttle, but the reason my personal like dislike to vintage patterns is they're fucking hard to read. Oh my gosh, they are so hard to read. Like, and women were hella crafty back then, so like I don't know, they pulled off stunts, they pulled off weird, wicked stunts in tatting that I would never do. Some of them do a clunny. It's called a clunny. And it makes these like leaves. Like, it is crazy what they did back then. They're so, and I'm a very advanced tatter, and I've never attempted to do a clunny just because I don't really like them that much, so I'm not interested in making them. But there's just so much shit you could do, like so much shit. But yeah, I know a YouTube video that has a one shuttle design, and it's like a one shuttle square, and it's, you know. Yep, no, literally, Sky. That's why they called women witches back then. Because I mean, really, you guys are creative as hell. No, it's not my own method. It's a well-known method called reversed order unflipped chains. Because reverse order, if I were to flip it upside down and do the stitches normally, like how I do on the front side, it doesn't look right. Like, it looks weird. So reverse order means I flip the order of the stitches, and then that turns out right on the front. And unflipped because I can just wrap them around the core thread, and I'll show you again. This is the core thread. I usually, if I'm using this thread, I have to flip the stitches, but because I'm using this thread, I can just not flip them. And flipping is the hardest part of tatting. So most people have the most trouble. And also, to answer the question about needle tatting, hopefully there's no needle tatters out there, but I do think it's relatively easier. I just don't like it. I don't like how the work turns out. It's not for me. I know some people can make good. Some people can make it good. It's just I can't. And I like the complexity of this. This can get really complex. Something that needle cannot. Needle technically does not have true rings either, which is the basis of tatting. But I don't want to start any tatting beef. Actually, I do. I do want that tatting smoke. So but what I mean by reverse order is the fact that there's two components to a stitch. So one stitch is made out of two movements. So I'm going to show you the first movement, which is me wrapping it around my hand, going under, if you could see, under, passing the shuttle over that thread like this. So I was under, now I'm over, with it still wrapped around my finger, pulling through, releasing the tension on my finger, and sliding that stitch down. That's the first half. The second half, instead of wrapping over like this, I just go over, under, and then I flip it. So it has to follow that or it won't work out right. So then how I do it unflipped, reverse order, is I just flip that order. I do that second half first, first half second. I'm just curious how big this will be because I'm doing a size 20. He does a size 10 thread sometimes, and if you ask me, 10 is just way too damn thick for me. For doilies, I just think it's too thick, and it's because you have to refill your shuttles a lot, and I'm really lazy. I already mentioned I don't like refilling my shuttles that much. So I like to stick to the thinner thread. I like 42, but he does not have any doily patterns in a size 40. So, which is just, the smaller the thread size, I mean, the higher the number, the smaller it is. So 80 is like very thin. That's what traditional tatting's done in, size 80. But I hate working with it because because I'm kind of just, I rip all the threads off sometimes. Here's how far I've gotten with this corner though. Filling it all in. This piece is, I mean, if I don't toot my own horn, it's coming out pretty nice. So. Yeah, but I just wanted to start this row, show you guys I'm actually still alive, because just so much shit has happened. Like on 4th of July, like it's just been crazy since 4th of July. But yeah, I'm still alive, so I just want to show you this too. I am working on it, even though I'm not really posting. I am working, and I'm working. But yeah, I'm gonna go because I've got to clean up the house a little bit, and because I want to cook something good with my sister tonight. So I've got to clean up a little bit. So I'll go live in maybe tomorrow or my next day off. So I'll see you guys later.